Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is the Bachelor Pad Radio. I did my best radio. Hey, it's 12 and 12, and we've got 7 hot tracks coming from Tesla coming at you.
Tesla?
Yeah, I don't know. Tesla, Poison. I just feel that.
I love it.
I feel that voice and that radio voice is always,
If you can't get down with Poison, you can't get down with me.
Yeah, that's your dividing line is the Poison?
Well, maybe there's other things, but,
Yeah, for sure. So what's going on, buddy? No, we got the Rachel popping in. Hi, Graham. Graham's in the house. Graham literally
Graham,
got.
what are you doing? I just had to. I literally picked this kid up.
What up, Kevin?
And
What up,
walked
Shayna?
him
How
out
are
of
you?
his store, and now he's already back.
Hi, lady. How are you? Yeah, I know. You literally just picked him up.
Yeah.
That was weird. I wasn't exactly looking at what was happening, but why did you pick? Were they like, we're not leaving, so you're like, you will leave, and I'm going to carry you?
I mean, I'm about to air all their dirty laundry because.
No, yeah,
I love you both, but they were like, we got to go. And Graham was like, dude, I'm standing here with my coat on. Like, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, laundry is laundry.
Right. That's why I'm not actually going to air it.
There
I
we
was
go.
just kidding.
All right, you
But
never
so
know
I
about you
was like,
lately. You never know
hey,
about
man, you don't know. No, I was like, all right, well, if I just pick you up and walk you out the door, Aaliyah's got to follow, right? And then she didn't. So I picked her up and I walked her out the door.
Yeah. Well, that's one way to get
Dude,
it done. What
I
up,
told
Kevin?
You I used to be a bouncer. I'm good at picking people up and moving them out of the area.
And what? Sorry about last night. Did something happen? Did I have too much to drink, Shayna? What happened? Sorry about last night. Dude, I don't know what. Yesterday we had a litany of. It had to have been internet issues inside of here, but everything I played everything back and it was seamless on the playback. Everything was fine on the playback, but in here, like systematically, mine froze, that froze, this froze. Everything was interrupted as it went. So yeah, it was pretty.
I don't know.
So yeah. But cool. So sorry about last night. I don't know. Graham's laughing. He thinks it's crazy. You picked him up and carried him out. That was just bizarre. I'm closing out the registers and getting everything ready, and all of a sudden I see Al carrying people to the door. So yeah, it was pretty trippy. But yeah, man. Now Al.
Yes.
I hate to Oh, you were busy. Yeah, well, hey, it's not always. You don't always have to contribute. We know you're there in spirit-ish. We get our no ma'am tightened up here. The RSS feed thing. Now,
yes.
if I do it, if I do this, right, because I watch tutorials and I went for YouTube and from Facebook and from whatever.
And you got that message that I sent and it's got the XML on it?
I went, what message did you send me?
I sent it to your Facebook.
Did you?
Yeah, you'll have to look at it. It's got the Bachelor Pad Radio YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
It dumps the XML out for you right in that endpoint.
Again, you're speaking Greek.
You just click the link and you see the XML.
Ah, okay. All right. So, yeah, because I was like, man, I'm watching tutorials and I was like, dude, this has to make sense to him. Like, he has to get it. Because I was asked by somebody today, going over Cliff noting the conversation we had with the gentleman about the show last night and all that stuff, and she was like, "Oh, I'm catching a plane tomorrow," and this is where why podcasting is it is what it is, because she's like, "I'm getting on a plane. Well, can I download it?" And that's where iTunes and Apple Play and all that stuff, where the RSS feed has basically a link point and doing whatever. And I went, "Oh, balls, right? Kinda not," and I went. So I was like, dude, I mean, granted, don't mind you, I watched tutorials for like 2 days, and I was like, dude, it's still kind of Greek to me, but I was like, dude, I got to get this done. If I get it done, the ball busting, like the green, the green hat or whatever, the ball busting it'll be minuscule. Like me, I'm mildly retarded, and I somehow got this done, and you can do this in your sleep. God damn it.
Hey, man, I sent you the XML for the RSS.
Good man. Yeah, I didn't see. I've ironically have been Facebook devoid. The stores have been keeping me a little busier than normal with getting up and going to wholesale, and like tomorrow the gummies, I got to go do a run with those. So yeah, it seems like a lot of shenanigans.
There you go.
But yeah, man, we got Kevin in the house. We got Shayna, Rachel, always in the house. Graham. Everybody.
Graham always in the house.
So what I did get somebody gave me a heads up on something they wanted to talk about on the Bachelor Pad today, and I believe I Can Fly, little R. Kelly. Seeing that was a constant
So here's a topical thing for you from BBC. Facebook moderator says that she had to be prepared to see anything. I gotta think that if you're a moderator at some point, it's like, all right, this ain't even that bad.
What happened?
They're just asking her, like, what kind of stuff did you see? And she's like, oh, I saw, like, child sex abuse and pornography and all that stuff. And I'm like,
Who said that? What is this? Where?
a Facebook moderator.
For where?
For Facebook.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole thing that was going around. Yeah,
I'm
it's
like,
been in the news.
Yet I got Facebook jailed because my name was Bachelor Pat Al.
No, they're just making sure who the heck you are.
Dude, you're like, man, I looked at 16 dicks today and 4 children being abused, but this guy with the weird name, we're going to have to block him.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I've seen.
At some point, are you like, this ain't even that bad?
Yeah, I don't know. They got rules and regulations, man.
I don't know. You know me, I don't like rules or regulations.
Shayna's like, I will follow you anywhere, especially if you have gummies. Yeah, no, gummies. Gummies, and these are the good ones.
Gummies are good, man.
They're the good, chill, legal ones, but they're good. They're awesome. Yeah. So let me see if I can find how far back it went. Boom. Okay. Yeah, and it was funny. We've been a little chillier lately, and we're not gonna go into politics and get Al all fired up.
We're staying away from that.
We're
one
gonna
today.
keep him away from anything.
Hey
super.
man, I was trying to get you off of it yesterday.
That would have been better if you were trying to get me off, but
well, hey,
that'd have made for a little more interesting conversation.
I don't think Facebook would appreciate that.
Yeah. So, but dude, I got so many things going on between phone and between whatever. What is happening with my life?
What are you doing with your life over there?
Well, they had kind of. I know we had gone into a weird
dead air.
Yeah, dude, I can't help it. Okay, I need to leave the people alone. Of course, everyone tries to talk to me at this point.
Right. It's always that way. Your phone. I've been here for like 5 hours. Your phone doesn't ring until like
right before
the show starts. It's
and
like,
yep. Let's go ahead and whatever. But my cousin called from out of town and whatever.
Yeah, you gotta take that as family.
Okay. And it was something Marlene wanted to hear. She was like, hey, and it was a late night tea. It was a meme in the tea. And it was name an actor you just can't stand, right?
Ooh.
You know how we kind of went into JT, but then we kept getting, sidetracked one way or, one way or the other. So with name an actor you just can't stand, right? So I began to look at some of these, and some of them make perfect sense. And it doesn't look like she's here yet, or, she might, heaven forbid, she may have a life outside of the Bachelor Pad or Late Night Tea.
Dangerous. As
But
Bilbo said
did you share to Late Night Tea?
I did not. I can though.
You pirated my computer and you got your stuff. Marlene, she is a good lady. But you're over there, man. You gotta get it moving, man.
I gotta be on this.
Share to the tea. Yeah, that's the whole point of you doing it. Because we see what happens. I stop talking and go.
That's true. You just zonk out.
I really do.
I'm like, all right, so airline food. How about that, huh?
But Justina, she threw the and I'm assuming that she's doing it. The Ben Affleck, right?
Yep.
And is it just that actors have like a certain, like they have a shelf life? And I understand generationally, if somebody like Ben Affleck's been doing movies since the early 90s. I'm trying to think when Good Will Hunting came out.
He was in that?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, dude.
I've
Matt
never
Damon.
seen that. To be totally honest,
you should. It's a smart thing. They're both Boston, from the wrong side of the tracks and whatever. And Matt Damon's like a genius, and he doesn't want to leave his friends, but yet he goes in, as a janitor and finishes an equation that nobody can really finish, and whatever. It was kind of almost like a hypothetical. He goes in, finishes it. They're like, wait a minute, how did you do this? This is like something that's going to be done at the end of the semester. And whatever, and then he ends up going to school and whatever. But he's the kid from the wrong side of the tracks and sassy.
I've never seen it, but I did have to be in a play about it in college for my acting class.
Did you?
Yeah.
No,
Fun
you did
fact,
a little acting?
Al took acting. Al's kind of good at acting.
Shayna's yelling, Al, join the tea. Is the new Al not in the tea?
The new Al is in the tea now.
The new Al is in the
tea. Is in the tea.
Bachelor Pad Al got put on
the
timeout.
Yeah, the Bachelor Pad Al is back, and I should be using it now that I think about it, but I should be deactivating this one again.
And Shayna, also, they wrote Good Will Hunting. So that was kind of the thing with Affleck and Damon, right? They were two dudes, blah, blah, blah. They wrote the movie, starred in the movie, and that kind of really, obviously propelled them into superstardom. Yeah. So they had done a lot of things, but there is a lot of backlash, and I think he had that horrible, like super horrible Mallrats was before that. That's right. Dude, Mallrats. See, look, we mentioned Kevin threw in the Mallrats. Mallrats was good. Same thing with Clerks.
Yeah, Clerks, probably one of my favorite movies of all time. Yep.
Which, tell me you don't feel like Clerk-esh in here.
A little bit. Like, I feel like one day we're going to come in and you're going to be like, we're going to close up the shop, go on the roof, and play some hockey.
Dude, we're getting close to that point. It's definitely getting close. So, there's Justina. We were just talking about your Ben Affleck. You, in the post name an actor you just can't stand, and you put the the GIF of Ben Affleck. Now we've been going into Damon and Affleck and whatever during this whole thing. You know who I don't like and I can't get into as an actor is his brother.
Interesting.
And not because of the generalized nepotism that, okay, you're going to get, obviously, Easy Street, you're Ben Affleck's brother. He's going to cast you in some stuff. You're going to get a nod here and there. But I can't really get into his brother.
Didn't even know his brother was an actor.
Yeah, no, and
see, this is a bad topic for me because I'm like, I don't really know anybody. I know what they played.
What do you mean know what they played?
Like, if you were like, oh, this character, I'd be like, oh, yeah, I remember that movie.
Well, good. Then this will be educating Al.
It's going to be educating Al.
And, look in, believe me, everybody's chiming in. It seems like we've got some movie buffs in the audience because the rest of the planet watches movies.
It's true.
Except for Al.
Al does not.
Mm-mm. So, Justina, explain yourself about Ben Affleck. We see you. I can see you there, woman. And then Megan drops a GIF of Will Ferrell.
Oh, don't do that. Don't say that.
And Will Ferrell, I don't really think of Will Ferrell technically as an actor. Casey looks like a street man. Yeah. Casey Affleck is the younger brother. But I don't hate him, but he's of zero consequence to me. And if he, like that recent movie that he had the lead, and I guess it was supposed to be kind of a good movie or something, I couldn't bring myself. Like, he just always looks pouty and, meh, right?
Okay.
So, and I guess, when you look at some of the people you got Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell, to me, isn't a real actor. He's Will Ferrell. He just plays Will Ferrell in a lot of stuff, right? A very similar, kind of like Vince Vaughn. I like Vince Vaughn, but Vince Vaughn plays technically Vince Vaughn in almost everything he does.
So I can't actually log in to my Facebook anymore because your number keys are totally broken?
They're broken?
Yeah. I can't do a character, a symbol.
Well, then log back into mine.
Yeah, well, that's what I have to do.
Yeah, log back into mine. You can be me.
Oh, do I have to? That's a scary place.
The only movie Ben Affleck was half decent in was Jersey Girl. And you like the one that, between Geely and Jersey Girl, those were two of his worst movies or whatever, critically. I just can't take him seriously. You can tell he's acting, takes fun out. What about there was one movie that he was kind of good in, but then again he was still kind of playing himself. Gosh darn it. It was The Town. It was The Town. And in The Town, to me, that was a good movie because it's Boston and it's Irish and it's, whatever. So you kind of had me at hello with that. But him as Batman, I watched the Justice League the other day.
I didn't even see it.
The Batman thing I watched for 5 minutes, and I tried to watch Batman versus Superman, and I couldn't. But him as Batman is kind of I'm not digging it. So I kind of get it. I kind of get his thing. I like his personal life rolling into, life is stranger than fiction, dating Jennifer Lopez and this and all the shenanigans that went in the super. And then it was, what was when they start merging the names, Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez. I forget what or maybe it was Ben and Jen or something. I really hate when people do that and they start smushing the names.
Couple names.
The Flint Tropics, with the basketball movie with
Jackie Moon.
Yep. So that was good. And look, I'll watch anything. Like still to date, if Will Ferrell, and that's got to be a selling point, obviously for putting him in a movie. If he's in anything, I will watch it. But my expectation is low as like dramatic acting.
I think Will Ferrell is actually an amazing actor, but nobody actually lets him act. So
he can pretty much do. Adam Sandler makes movies every 5 minutes. I'm sure he could make a movie where he could act in it.
Well, there's one movie that was like not a comedy, not a slapstick, and he was really good. And I can't remember what it was called, but like he gets kicked out of his house. He's like selling all his stuff. He was really good.
But he did still pull a lot of when he was on the front lawn and doing whatever, and he still did some
of the slapsticky stuff. But
and it was very classic Will Ferrell, and that's what I don't like about your boy. That's what I don't like about your boy, Vince Vaughn, because
my boy.
He'll use he's your boy now.
Right.
He'll use a lot of the same jokes and stop projecting or things that I loved in Wedding Crashers, and that I've seen it in 3 or 4, and I'm sure somebody wrote it, but I'm sure they Everything Must Go.
Oh yeah, there you go.
My boy Kevin watching the movies, man. He's watching the movies, man. That's my dude.
Yeah, he was good in that, and I'm like, he needs to do more stuff like that where he's more serious. Like the only other actor I can think of that you could have gone your entire life being like, hey, he's not that great, is Will Smith. Because had they just cast him in that, like, the Fresh Prince vibe every time, you'd probably be like, it's not really that good. But, like, he's a really good actor.
Yeah, like on my Fire Stick, I will put in Will Smith, and I'll, where Hancock, I'll watch Hancock. I'll watch that where he's the last dude on the planet. Hitch. I love Hitch. Hitch is a great movie.
Hitch is a good movie.
It kind of outlines my dating relationship.
Now I'm a B word. I'm emotional, but only at like movies and weird things. And I'll tell you what movie always gets me every time. Like the entire movie, I'm sitting there like, this is freaking beautiful. Is Pursuit of Happiness. That thing just rips tears out of my body.
Yeah.
That thing like makes me grow more tear ducts. I'm like crying out of my hands.
So you're saying it makes you wet, Al?
Oh, it makes
me in a weird way, in a horrible, emotional makes you wet. Yeah, I watched it. I get it. It seemed kind of long, with the blah, blah, blah. I mean, I do like, I was raised by a single father and my grandmother. I mean, I was probably raised in every scenario one could possibly be raised in. So Justina's like, I didn't even cry at that movie.
Dude, that movie, and I'm a big softie for, that whole, rising up story. Dude, I'm a softie for that every time. It's going to get me. But the whole, like, comes in and thinks it's his last day and they offer him a job. I'm like, that's beautiful.
You've got a weird thing about employment and whatever, like your personal issues with employment.
I got some issues
your movie issues with employment.
Wait, I ain't got no issues with employment, bro. I'm quitting my job.
I know, but you get like,
dude,
God dang it.
I'm so excited. I cleared out my desk today. Like, my entire desk is empty now, except for, like, company stuff.
See, so you're kind of like, you're like our personal Will Smith.
So I'm just like, I'm done. Now, if I walk in there and I'm like, yeah, this is my 2 weeks notice, and they're like, you're now CEO, I'd be like, meh, maybe. But no.
That ain't going to happen.
Yeah, they ain't going to be
you get your box.
Right.
Start kicking rocks. Good evening, Marlene. And Shayna's with you. She said it's too sad and whatever.
See, me and Shayna need to hang out.
Well, and if we're going to play the, you show me your vagina, I show you mine, and not you guys out there listening, we're talking about Jake and Al.
Right.
Dude, Saving Private Ryan. I don't know why. What up, Mike? What's going on, man? How are you, sir? The weird thing with me, Saving Private Ryan, the whole movie, but when the old man is standing in the, he's standing in the cemetery and doing whatever, I don't know why the reflection, like the reflecting back on life and doing whatever, I will tell you that it's happened to me like 4 times, and I'm borderline emotionless, like nothing. Like I care about the animals. The
but
people
what's
suck.
weird?
Huh?
The one that it gets everybody, Marley and Me. I didn't. First of all, I didn't even think that was a good movie. Second of all, I was like, that isn't even sad.
Oh,
like
and there's
this is like the circle of life. What do you mean?
I like my boy Mike's popping in all the way from Jersey.
Well,
Pennsylvania.
Jersey,
Pennsylvania. I kind of lump Pennsylvania and Jersey and whatever,
Jersey's
but
so small,
it's good.
Right there.
So I don't know. Saving Private Ryan gets me. I also like weird. Oh my God, have you seen Saving Private Ryan's Privates? No. Is this like some kind of a whenever animal dies in the movie, it's so sad? Yeah, I refuse. Now, when you like, oh, Marley and Me, I watched a little bit of it when I know that weird stuff, like that's why like I watched War Horse and it kind of freaked me out. And I'm not too I read The Black Stallion, I watched the Black Stallion movies and whatever. But I have a weird thing with yeah, we got that bomb pop for you, man. Tell your local store to call me, dude, and we'll hook them up with distribution, man. We got you. But yeah, animal stuff, right? So like the Marley and Me and the whatever, and I'm like, the animal stuff freaks me out. I can't. Like, dude, that'll throw me off. Like, you don't want to be around me for another day. But when it comes to my, my lady parts, as far as like movies and whatever, I love romantic comedies.
Okay.
So
like The Notebook?
Okay, that's even pushing it. Don't get me wrong, I watched it because I love Rachel McAdams, right? She's got a bit of a forehead, like maybe a 6 or 7 head.
Hold on, I gotta look her up.
But I like her a lot. She was also the chick in Wedding Crasher. She was the little brunette in Wedding Crasher.
Okay. Yeah.
Shawshank, yeah, that gets you.
Dude, Shawshank's another one that's I could see how that gets people. Doesn't get me.
Dude, for a minute, Shayna, I was like, hate animals. Dying F people. I was like, what are you saying? You seem so chill. And then she just went, I hate animals. I just didn't see the eye. The Green Mile's kind of an interesting, it didn't make me cry though. I don't know why. I don't know why the Saving Private Ryan gets me. Okay. But yeah, romantic comedies, like, okay, everyone who's in and listening, Ghost to Girlfriend's Past is the best because number one, I like Matthew McConaughey. There's really not much he's done that I don't like. Right on. Dude,
that might be one where I just can't stand that dude.
You don't like McConaughey?
I can't stand that dude.
Dude,
like I want to walk up to him and be like, everything you're in is awful.
Have you seen Ghost to Girlfriend's Past?
Everything you've done is awful.
Have you seen Ghost to Girlfriend's Past?
No, but it's probably awful.
Shayna, Zombieland's a romantic comedy, right? Yeah,
it is for me.
You can call it that.
Me and Shayna are gonna go get a couch and cuddle watching Zombieland.
That's right. Well, if you Ghost to Girlfriend's Past plays, it's extremely male driven and misogynistic in the very beginning side of it. But then at the very end, of course, there's love and bubbles and heroic, whatever. Dazed and Confused, he was great in that. He looked kind of creepy, like that comb over. He looks like a young Donald Trump in there, to tell you the truth. If you flash back to Dazed and Confused, he is a young Donald Trump. Like,
all right, I gotta look
he should play that. They should do a young Donald Trump on Saturday Night Live with McConaughey with that comb over. Oh my God. But yeah, dude, I'm telling you, dude, if they're, again, like Oprah's book club and, the Bachelor Pad movie club, Ghost to Girlfriend's Past, ladies, you'll enjoy it because, obviously you get to the end of it and, okay, cool.
Dude, you're right. He does kind of look like a young Donald Trump
in Dazed and Confused.
You're right.
Look at Shayna's like, hell yeah, Al, let's go.
And the
all right.
The actor, is this the same actor? It might not be, but my favorite movie of all time
is
Lords of Dogtown.
Good movie.
And dude, you have to understand that like that movie was written by the guys they're talking about, and it was like no holds barred. This was skate culture, and even when I was growing up, it wasn't that far off. Like, that was still kind of our culture. So it was like watching a movie about, like, the people that we already idolized, and also that's still what we're doing. Like, it was cool. I'd watch that every day.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Marlene threw in the Just Friends with Justin Timberlake and the little cute.
I love high school.
Yeah.
Girls keep getting older, or I keep getting older, and the girls stay the same age.
That's right. They got a new batch of them coming out every year. But but yeah, Just Friends is cool, and I like it because a lot of people don't understand that there are those convoluted relationships of just friends, and yes, a lot of them turn into shenanigans after
right.
If you're really, really good friends and the sex is really, really good. And who doesn't like JT and Mila Kunis or whatever her name is? You know what I mean? You? Neither one? You don't like anybody or anything. You're a
No,
grumpy
dude,
old man, dude.
Are we talking about Justin Timberlake?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't know.
That's a good movie. JT's done some
I
good
might
stuff.
have to go watch that one. I don't know.
But serendipity. Okay, ladies, this is where and look, I'm not tearing up or whatever, but I will say I love John Cusack. If there was as close to whatever dudes now say that there's some kind of a weird man crush, John Cusack is my dude. Ever, going back through all of his movies, he's had some of the most iconic movies, and they've all been somewhat relationshipy. He did that Grosse Point Blank thing, which was good. John Cusack, yeah, I gotta give him the super pass on that.
It's funny that you say things and they're like John Cusack, and I go look him up, and I'm like, oh, I know who that is. All right, cool.
See?
That's what that guy's name is.
Yeah, we'll get you in there, bro.
Ooh, Room 1409. Mm-hmm.
I watched that, but I wasn't like a huge fan. Now I will go. You want to talk about like just hate and disdain for a human being?
Yep.
That guy.
Oh, Nick Cage.
I hate Nicolas Cage. I only like him from a moral like standpoint and high ground because he's Francis Ford Coppola's like nephew, right? That's his uncle, and his uncle was like, man, and you'll like him for this, right? He was like, oh, dude, look, I'll get you in here and I'll help you and he went, no, I'll do it on my own, right?
All right.
And I think a couple people may have got the memo, like, hey, it's Francis Ford Coppola's kid or nephew.
Right.
But he didn't use the family line of nepotism to get in and do, any of the stuff that he was doing. So
Mike says Nick Cage is good.
You see, now he's a guy who would like Nicolas Cage, and I understand. There was a movie, there's almost like a shift. It'll go to a certain point, and it'll go, and then I can't buy into your crap anymore. Like The Rock with Nicolas Cage, the movie The Rock, where they were on Alcatraz.
Oh, yeah.
And then something with
that was awful.
Something with an airplane thing, and he was the good guy who was, he was.
That one wasn't Con Air. Wasn't bad, but it wasn't
that was
good.
that was it, like,
Yeah.
from there. And then he did one where he was dead, and he was like, he had to go, like, he was a zombie and came back for his daughter.
Ghost Rider.
Yeah. I watched it, but it was one of those, like, I could have watched a rerun on TBS or watched this at the same time, and they would have done the same thing for me.
Right.
It's like bad porn. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't watch bad porn, so I don't.
You've stumbled across some bad porn. What do you only have? You got some platinum level porn where they just filter everything out.
Gold card.
Well, you are a computer guy. I only like Cage and the Family Man. Okay, I'll give you that.
I'm with you on that one. I don't like Nick Cage. I don't hate Nick Cage, but I mean, if it's not like, oh, Nick Cage is in this, I got to go see it. I'm like, you make a new National Treasure, I'll probably see it because I've seen every other one.
National Treasure is good, but it's almost like eating when you're too full. Like, okay, I'll watch National Treasure, but I'm not really enjoying this. I think I have a problem with overeating. Like, there's I'm gonna go for another helping. Like, who you got? You got 3 in there? Dang it, there he is. What up? Yo. And the chick from Modern Family, this Amber chick in Late Night Tea, she's like, oh, I don't like the chick from Modern Family. What's her name? Something starts with. There's a lot of V's in there. Sofia Vergara.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yep. And I'm
surprised that I know enough of these names to kind of pretend.
You just be saying you don't know stuff. Nick Cage is the truth. Three, why you gotta be? You can't.
Three, get out of here.
Get out of here with that Nicolas Cage, man. Next thing you know, you're still Sly
your
Stallone is still the real deal and whatever. He's like 90, bro. Knock it off. Although the last Rocky where he tried to come back and he was all like geriatric was kind of random.
Dude, he might be 90, but he could still beat the crap out of me.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know, man. I say
don't
ma'am.
Even play about that. He could still beat the crap out of me.
But how do you dislike Sofia Vergara? I just like to look at her, and they did say,
oh, that's true.
And this chick, and this is like, and there's a lot of dudes hating on actors, but it's funny when chicks, and any of the ladies, we're all the ladies are being real cool, except for Shayna, who's like, I hope all animals die and whatever. Or I just read it wrong. I'm just kidding. But what actors do you really not like? And I like to see lady disliking other lady actresses, right? Because dude, she's hot as all get out, but the one thing, I can't stand her voice.
The one actress that if you put her in a movie, it guarantees that I will not see it because I cannot stand anything about her. Her voice is like nails on a chalkboard. can't stand the way she looks. I can't stand anything she's ever been in. She's not funny.
Who?
Sarah Silverman.
Really?
She drives me nuts.
No, I like her comedy when she did God is Not Real or whatever. Dude, I mean, just the
I want ISIS to blow up any stage she's on.
The religious comedy she did or whatever with, I forget what it is. It was good and Jay, see, 3 flipping to the other side. 3 says he likes Nicolas Cage but hates Tyler Perry. How dare you, sir?
You just saying that, I think I'm about to hit on something.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler Perry is a white man's actor.
Yeah?
Dude,
here you go. You're going to hear the hate mail come rolling in again on this guy.
Every single one of my non-white friends, whether they're black, Mexican, Asian, dude, they can't stand Tyler Perry. Dude, and all my white friends are like, "Oh, he's so funny." I'm like, "No, he's not."
Mike, I would falsely accuse you of something that got you thrown in jail if it meant I could be with Megan Good for like, and I'm talking like from the belly button up. I wouldn't even need to know what the vagina's like. Like, dude, Megan Good is my lady, like super everything. Like, she is the greatest thing in life. Like, Megan Good, oh my God. Dude,
Maddie jumped in here with my my second one that is right on the same level, if not worse than
Can we all agree that we hate Amy Schumer? Like, it
no.
should be okay to punch Amy Schumer in the face. Like,
we need to make a law that, like, if you see Amy Schumer, you need to punch her in the face. Like, you're not funny. You try too hard. Nobody wants to see anything you're in. We get it. You need sex, and nobody wants to give it to you.
Yeah.
Stop. Just stop.
Yeah. I mean, for a minute, like, her comedy, see, what are
you doing with your life?
No, dude. 3.
You need to see a therapist, bro.
3's white from the from wherever the sun doesn't touch. He does. Like, if he pulls his pant leg up, and he was like, "Man, this." I was like, "Dude, I didn't even know." I was like, "Dude, you don't like, you are whiter than me under that skin." But when it comes to, I will say that that JC is that he's
what's going on, Alex?
He is really he's really crucial of a lot of African American culture as far as like music and whatever, because he is and was a musician and had been in that realm, right? So he's kind of particular about it. And then when it goes into movies, and kind of like you with the like, look, the random Indian woman in 40-year version, yeah, dude. But 3 and I also have a thing for the engines, right? Like,
really?
we've been down in Texas. That's all we have to deal with. Like, 3 and I would come back with like almost like slug bug. Did you see a hot Indian chick today? Right? Like, dude, and then we talk, and of course we would be running around town, be like, bro, you got to go to 7th stop on Buckner, bro. Dude, the Indian lady there, whatever. I go in, she's Arabic. I'm like, bro, she's not Indian. When he still can't figure out the difference between Indian people and Arabic people. He might be onto it now. It's been 3 or 4 years since we did it,
right.
but yeah, he and I, because it's something, it's kind of unicorny, right? And all right, Mike, I'll see you, brother, man. Always make sure you check in, bro. If you were doing a podcast, I'd come see you, man.
Man, dude,
you had to move halfway across the country.
There have been some fine-looking Indian ladies in my life, but I couldn't, dude. Whenever I think about like dating one, and I'm like, but then I gotta like meet your folks, and like I know you're gonna put curry in something. And the dude, I smell curry, and I'm like, nope.
So curry's
nope.
Yeah. Yeah. Food is not going to deter me. It's not going to deter me.
Dude, I will eat just about anything.
Have you seen the movie?
Curry? Ooh, I can't do it.
Okay, quick question for everybody in the group: if you want to learn the brighter side of Indian women, watch the movie Kama Sutra. Who in the room has seen the movie Kama Sutra? Have you, Al? Dude,
yes, I have.
My 13 to 15 or whatever. You want to talk about a lot of Kleenex tissue being used? Dude, that woman in that the Indian lady in there was the best thing ever in life. Like, holy crap.
Right.
Dude, Kama Sutra was the great. Like, screw the actual Kama Sutra and actually trying to do all the, it's like yoga sex. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's some cool positions in there that I think are really underutilized. That I think we should all read the book for for that side of things. But
Three's got him in his big tub of lotion for Kama Sutra.
dude, that Kama Sutra, dude, I may go home and watch Kama Sutra tonight and work it out, bro. Like,
there you go.
And it's not porn. It's like softcore, but it is the best softcore, like just whatever. And the Indian ladies in there are so awesome. And yeah, I don't even use lotion, but I think I'd break out some goddamn Jergens for that one. Like I would. Oh, Showtime's Emmanuel.
Breaking out the name brand.
Dude, you know that chick who was on Emmanuel on Showtime? She was on goddamn Days of Our Lives. And everyone busted my balls because I grew up, I was raised by everyone in my, my aunts and grandma and whatever. So soap operas were a real thing.
Right.
Until I realized there are really hot chicks on soap operas. And then when I was at that weird thing, like I'm watching Days of Our Lives and I think her name was Billy. And she was the chick from Emmanuel, and she's there and whatever. And I'm like, no, I know what I would have to go rewatch the movie and do stuff over and over. I'm like, no. Yeah, you definitely got to stretch it out.
Marlene don't want you to pull a hammy there.
No. And you will. You go ahead and get that, you go ahead and get a Charlie horse and whatever.
There you go.
Oh, boy, oh, boy.
Don't eat that, man.
Okay, I've got a, and let's see, where have we gone? Okay, so we've movied, yeah, and there's a lot, the Hillary Swank, right? I thought she was really hot and kind of dug her, even though she's got a little bit of a like a horse face or whatever.
Right.
But she's really, I think she's really attractive until she did the lady boxing movie, right? She did the lady boxing movie, and I went, no, something lost me in there where I think she went a little too hard for the movie. And I think, can we all agree that Tom Hanks is like golden, right?
Yeah, Tom Hanks is gold.
You did Forrest Gump, Tom Cruise, or not Tom Cruise, but
Hanks.
Tom Hanks, you win. And
right.
Wilson, even though a dude in his volleyball, like a whole movie or whatever, dude, come on.
Right.
That's the deal. That's what's up. That's pretty gangster. Keanu Reeves, I'm kind of over Keanu Reeves. This as a human being and everything.
Were you ever kind of into Keanu Reeves though? Like,
I wouldn't say into
Matrix. You were good in Matrix. Like, cool.
That one football movie where he was the quarterback who was kind of a jerk and whatever. That was good.
I didn't even see. I liked the movie, but I didn't really like him in it.
I think they could have done better. And
right.
dude, can somebody please put out a memo, or can we start a secondary group of we need to get Tom Cruise to stop acting. They're making a Mission Impossible 78, and I think it's completely funded by Scientologists. Nobody else can want to. Who's gonna finance this dude? I love a weird action movie or something. Never Travel with Tom Hanks. You are correct. And Megan Fox, even her weird pinky or weird thumb, whatever she's whatever weird appendage she has,
right?
Dude, she could get it, dude. And I can't believe that Brian Austin Green, the dude from 90210, has been cranking her. They've got kids and whatever. And dude, you're the one that Megan Fox
Really?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
What's going on, Jesse?
Well, you keep seeing people adding in. How come I ain't getting?
Don't see it?
I don't see no damn Jesse.
All right.
But yeah, the surfing movie with Keanu,
right
Point Break or whatever. That's funny. Want to see a movie with a lot of boobs? Watch Good Luck Chuck. Yeah,
no, that one. Yep.
Dude, you want to know a weird thing? I'm kind of Good Luck Chucky, dude. It started a while ago. It started in Texas that I would be with a chick and they would be. And because I'm normally busy with either business or something, right? I don't have a lot of time. And number two, I'm not making a lot of time. The only relationship I think I can be in is if somebody happens to have the weird, bizarre schedule and can deal with the fact that three may call me and be like, hey, man, we need to do this, and this, and we need you in Dallas. Cool. I'm in Dallas. I'm working for 3 or 4 months. As long as I got my dog with me, I really don't care, right? And that kind of, and yes, women I can understand why you will not dig that, but every chick that I dated, and three's Good Luck Chuck, and that's why JC and I are friends. I was dating a chick down there, right? Same thing. You don't make time for me. You don't do whatever.
Right.
Dude, the next dude she got with, married, kid, right? And it happened to, and a lot of it was the time frame. So I may have 13 children out there. I'm not 100% certain, because we'll break up. The next guy they get with, the absolute next dude,
9 months later.
9 months later, they're having a kid and whatever, right? And I'm like, no. I'm like, please tell me that kid doesn't come out with red hair. This is not cool for anyone. But I've good luck chucked like 5 or 6 different women in the last like year or two.
No, I'm with you on that one, Marlene.
Yeah, nobody.
Dude hasn't been funny since I was in high school, and he was only funny because I was in high school.
Best friend's girl, he was okay. I liked him in my best friend's girlfriend, where he played kind of a jerk and whatever. It was random.
Didn't see that one.
See, look, Shayna can deal with all kinds of stuff, man.
But I also I see Dane cooking a movie, and I'm like, nah.
Okay, and this will be because we do have our. Hey, what's up, Samantha? Because I got one. I saw one before. You've got like 13 other people that I don't know who are in the group, but
right.
I guess they just like that computer versus this and whatever. They don't come in.
Well, man.
Okay, there was an ongoing topic earlier that we were having, and it was weird. We've got a dude that let's just say a couple. Yep, the T girls are in the house. And that in this day and age, that could be kind of weird. We needed. Like, hey, the T girls are in the house. If it was just a T and you didn't put the EA, that's right. And look, not mad at y'all, but I
filled out a health insurance deal today, and it asked me for my gender, and then it said male/female, and I was like, what? We're back to 2. I thought there was like 57 now.
Well, yeah, and I guess maybe they'll have to, if you say, hey, I put NA here, do you have another form? And then you get the form like 2 pages long.
Right. I half thought about just putting like other, because like, are you really going to ask?
Yeah, I don't know. Don't ask, don't tell. But hold on. Now, the deal is, and I don't know if you overheard any of this earlier, but one gentleman has messed with a couple of people, couple friends, chick friends, right?
Okay.
And the one of them was baffled because they made the sticky time, right? They had sex, and the gentleman didn't finish, right? And I think, as a guy, we've been in situations where you didn't finish, you didn't, whatever. Maybe you weren't in the mood. They really wanted to do whatever. You're just like, balls, I'm thinking about 38 other things, like, whatever, and you didn't, right? I generally, I've worked that, but I've had to fake the explosion a time or two, right?
Oh yeah,
and
I think any man that hasn't faked one is lying to you.
And it's weird circumstances, right? It's not normal because, dude, generally, like, you give me a little heavy petting and a kiss on the neck, and
I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I can think about some things and we can be finished. If we got something to do, I can take care of that.
Preach on there, 3.
Redheads are the bomb diggity. So one did this, right? Well, then the second friend messed with the same guy, and the same thing happened. And the 2 girls are commiserating back and forth to one another, like, oh my God, like, dude, he didn't finish with me either, and blah blah blah. And he's not even like doing the fake, like the and like, and yeah. I know it's horrible, but the male fake orgasm is where they generally like, make the noise, and then will either like spit on their hand and like put it on their back, or actually dribble spit on their back to just be like, oh, it's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Which is kind of gross. I've never
Right as Marlene says that, we're down to 9.
Yep, that's it. It only shows the views that the people that are watching it that are actually on the page or have liked the page. Because if you just kind of chime in or you just kind of look in or whatever, it doesn't show on the viewership. It only shows people that are friends with, because it ends up being, 100, 200 or whatever. But it only shows us, only the people in the know.
Right.
So this guy, they're the 2 things. So now I got one of the chicks in here, one of the dudes in here, and they're going back and forth, and the chicks are commiserating, right? And as a guy, I kind of like anytime we have a leg up, because women, you got to admit, you guys did. Oh, what up? D is in who? D. I don't talk to a certain D. So with the with women, as being a younger man, right? And when you're a younger dude, you hear this and you hear stories like, oh, blah, blah, blah. You hear so-and-so's messing with this person, or, call it late high school.
Right.
And be like, oh, my God, they get into an argument. Well, that's cool. I'm not messing with him anymore. He never made me come, right? He never made me come and whatever. And that was some of the worst things you could ever hear as a young man, right?
Yeah.
It's bizarre, and you're just like, oh my God, right? So our goal is 100% training ourselves to last longer, because there's two things, like a 3-pump chump or you didn't get the girl where she needed to be.
Right.
Now, here's the thing, 18 and 19-year-old dudes. You're 18 and 19-year-old, right? You've got stamina up the wazoo. You'll do it 50 million times, but building up your stamina, being able to, and here's the thing. They think that, their unit just plunging away is what's going to get them where they need to be.
Right.
And, anyone who's known or studied the female anatomy, that the majority of females need, external, either, clitoral, G-spot, some kind of other stimulation other than just penetration.
Exactly.
So look at this. I'm getting all scientific on you ladies. Yeah. He's like, oh, you're telling your stories. So understanding that's one part of it. So when we go ahead now, it's very funny because I never really thought of it on the flip side, because generally that's not a problem. Dude can finish with ease.
Right.
So I had to tell the two young ladies in question, I was like, yo, here's it. Yeah, a little bit of chronicking, whatever, that better vitamin D. So even with that, I had to tell them, and I was like, look, this dude can, and so then I had to ask a question. I looked over and I went, hey, so you handle your own business, right? The old 5-knuckle shuffle, right? And he was like, yeah. Let me guess, you don't have a problem finishing when you're doing that, do you? And he went, no, not at all.
Nope.
I go, dude, if you needed to be done in 5 minutes or 7 or 4.5, you can get that done, pretty much seamlessly, right? And he's like, what? Yeah, I don't have a problem with it. And I went, see, ladies, it's him and not you, because I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to say that your lady parts or your, any other of the orifices that are in use feel much better than that dude's hand. So
absolutely,
it's not you making or not making him finish, right? It's something in his melon. Now, if he's trained himself at a young age to, like, maybe he 3-pump chumped it once and got ridiculed, and then went ahead and was like, that'll never happen again, right? The hitch theory. And then you overshoot it to where when you're in that situation, you've got yourself backed off so far that sometimes you can't even finish, right? And heaven forbid using a condom and whatever, you've got other things that are actually, doing that. So I kind of brought that to their attention. Whether or not that will actually, soak into their psyche, because, dude, that'll mess with people's head. Like, oh, I didn't make this guy finish and whatever. And what did I never told a dude he didn't make me come until one really did. Then I made some calls. Okay, yeah. That's one game touch. I pull it, twist it, and punch it. This guy. Yeah, so it's kind of weird. The fact that they don't know. There's so much like weird sex education that youngsters don't know. And I love they're just out there rumpling away and doing everything,
Yeah, I mean, I think we do it to ourselves sometimes where, you get so worried about how long can I last that then you make yourself last way too long, and then you get stuck and you're like, oh, man. You see, what happens is, like, I'll go out drinking, right? And I'll just get tired, and I'll be kind of feeling sick, and I'm like, ugh. All right, and I'm like, I gotta fake this one out, go to sleep, we'll wake up, we'll wrestle in the morning, I'll get mine, we're all good, she'll get hers twice, we good.
Yeah. The only time what's up, Pooley? I've only had to do it when I was way, way too intoxicated, and I didn't really want to have sex. Like, I was totally cool to cuddle and have hangover sex in the morning versus, dude, I don't know if I'm going to finish or I'm going to vomit on you, right? Like, I'm trying to hold back, like, dude, I'm getting the spins, and I'm doing this because you seem really to want to do it, but, yeah, and then I'll fake. And sometimes they'll get the, you miss Dr. Ruth and the old, yeah, that's right. No, Dr. Ruth was about it, man. Well, this is all you got, dude. I'm doing the best Dr. Ruth I got. Yep. He can do the little old lady voice, and I can kick out the info. That's good. Together, we're Dr. Ruth. We're like, Wonder Twin powers activate.
I have no idea who Dr. Ruth is.
Dr. Ruth Westheimer. She was the first original. Yeah. Well, you take the penis and you put in the vagina, and don't forget the clitoris. And, that old lady, man, she got right down, like, scientific.
She
and
knew what she was talking about.
Yeah, she was about it,
She was
dude.
getting it on the regular, too.
Yeah. No, you got to. She couldn't be talking all that trash if she wasn't getting after it.
Right.
That's why you do the one thing like Mike talked about before. Oh, and here's another thing, right? That the dude actually divulged. He was like, "Look, I didn't know I was even going to hang out and do whatever, and I didn't think anything was going to happen. So I kind of knuckled one or two off, and then you go, right? So he's doing and I call it the something about Mary, right? So if you do the something about Mary and you go ahead and you work one out before you go, and then if you do have sex and whatever, then yes, she was married to the white guy with the afro that painted. No, she wasn't.
What?
No, she wasn't. I need proof. I need proof, 3.
Fun fact about Bob Ross. You know why he was such a happy person and never yelled? And
Obviously,
so
because he
soft-spoken?
was married to Dr. Ruth, and she was a kinky little German lady.
That probably didn't hurt, but he was a drill sergeant in the Army. And he spent like his whole adulthood screaming at people, and when he got out, he's like, I'm never going to yell at anyone again.
Well, I guess you get it out, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's like, I'm just going to paint happy little trees, and we're going to put a happy little bush over here. And we're going to grab our blues and our yellows.
He was a good dude. That was a soothing, chill thing to stumble upon when you were just, randomly watching TV or whatever. Dude, okay, so now here's something that I found, right? And this kid may be like Thor with his penis at this point, right? Because he's already got to a point to where you're banging 19-year-olds and you're not a 3-pump chump. You're lasting super long. But when I pointed out that, well, if you do it by yourself, you can get there in like 2 to 3 minutes. But if you're doing it with someone else, so there's a psychological, tick that you've got somewhere that's not allowing it to happen. So this fucking 3, he's like, man, smoke some weed and do anal, right? Yeah. Generally, if all else fails, go ahead and throw that one. Put the 8-ball in the corner pocket. That generally, I have yet to talk to somebody who couldn't finish doing that.
Really?
Yeah, dude, it's like running downhill. I don't know about you, but
that is true. It's very much like running downhill.
Yeah, the tempo begins to. Yeah. It's like I don't even know what's happening. I'm like, I'm not moving, but things are moving.
Personally, not a big fan, but it will get you there.
Yeah, dude, guaranteed. But I figured out that I can now make I am so twisted in my weird sexuality that I can come on demand. So
interesting.
If I'm in a situation,
so you could be a porn star.
Oh yeah, no. If it's the cum shotty finishing move, yes, I can. I can make it. Marlene likes anal and painting trees. Oh, nice. 3. Look, 3 has gotten to know a lot about Marlene lately. Now I don't know. I don't know if this is verified, but that's good. Who knows? Yeah. But yeah, I can finish on demand because the same thing of backing yourself off for so long, and then going, yep, okay, now's the time to go, and it's a mental. It's totally a mental hook in your head, and I actually do it. Like if I'm, I had to explain to the youngster that look, what you think you're doing is cool. But once you talk to women after a certain amount of time, and the longer you talk to them, they all complain, especially if you have a lot of chick friends. Yep. Like, yeah, we went at it for a long time, but dude, I was done and I was finished 25 minutes into it, and he went another 20 minutes, right? And he's doing it to try and prove a point. Like, look at how long I can go. So if you care about the overall feeling of the female, because you do that, and I remember 1 or 2 times where I'm like, yeah, we did whatever and this was great. They're like, dude, we knocked it out for an hour and a half, bro. I mean, it was just this and flip positions and do whatever. And I was all proud of myself, and hey, how are you doing? And hey, you coming over for round 2? And she was like, I'm sitting on a bag of ice. My vagine hurts. I was totally cool with about 30 minutes. Why in the heck we did another hour of shenanigans or whatever? That was too much. And when you realize that not all are into that crazy marathon session, especially if they're not having an orgasm past that point, right? It's just kind of like, kicking water uphill, no, pun intended, but it's kind of interesting. So I developed I can do whatever. And it's weird because I'll be in the middle, and once I know that, she's gotten where she needs to be, we've done all the foreplay, done everything, and then you get to that spot. And hey, are you finished? Do you want me? And then it plays well into dirty talk, right?
Right.
Where, hey, do you want me to? Why are you close? And I'm like, no, I can be. What do you mean you can be? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, do you want me to? Yeah, I want you to do this. And then, okay, cool. 36 to 38 seconds is about the time frame, and boom, 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 and done. And now I've talked to a lot of dudes, and they're like, dude, you're kidding me. You can't really do it. And I was like, oh yeah. And it's weird. I kind of got to verbalize it, though. It's like a weird superpower where I got to go, hey, do you want me to? do you want me to? I can. And yeah, I want you to. All right, cool. And then it's done and over with. So I don't know. What about the time when someone went to play with the Asian and the power wash? Yeah. We've touched on the Asian bathhouse and, the fact that, yes, they really do have an affinity for tossing salads, which is not a thing of mine. And I know some dudes, like, that's like one of their bucket list things. Like, they're waiting around for that to happen. And I got it unbeknownst to me. Didn't ask. Granted, there was a language barrier, but yeah, dude, she dug right in that thing and was making out with my bad place.
No, it's universal, man.
I'm very ticklish back there. Now, don't get me wrong. I'll do it to a young lady. If you're fresh out of the shower and we're there, I'm pretty close to that thing anyways. But
That's
nobody's
true.
that close to my thing, and I'm
Right.
ticklish back there, and I don't want any shenanigans going on.
Yeah, I just you get too close back there, and I'm like, no.
Yeah, totally not cool. And dude,
Yeah.
I was afraid. I was laying on my, like, it was a massage gone wrong, ladies, and happy ending. I don't know what kind of ending this was, but I'm laying on my stomach face down, and the room had mirrors everywhere. And, just a whole bunch of them, dang, dang, bang, bang, bang. I don't know what's being said. It sounded like a lot of pots and pans being clanged together, right? Like, bing, bing, bang. And the massage is going, down and back to my hamstrings and whatever. And it starts coming back up, and it got to the glutes, right? And I went, it's not every day somebody massages, Jakey's buttocks.
There you go.
All of a sudden, my hiney got peeled like an onion, bro. Like, it was kind of weird. She was a lot stronger than I would have anticipated. It went yoink, and the tongue buried.
No.
And it wasn't like light, like tickle, tickle, tickle. She buried that thing like I was completely space invaded, bro. It buried that thing in my bad place. I clinched, and I'm looking like diagonally here in a mirror, like,
I'm out.
oh, what's happening? And I look, and there it is. Kaboom. And all I see are eyeballs over my butt cheeks. And I was like, no, this is not good, dude. It was the creepiest. And I had to call I called everybody and went, look, let's say I called 10 people. 7 of them went, bro, that's so awesome. And I was like, that was not the response I wanted. They were like, dude, I've been begging my chick for so long to, toss my salad, bro. And I'm like, no. Yeah, unhappy ending. And I mean, it was really odd. And I'm like, I guess if you were into that, but if there's a language barrier and whatever, like,
Bro, what language you need it in? No, nicht, niet. like, what do you want from me?
Yeah, it was bad. So yeah, I've got a lot of weird off rapey situations that happen to me sexually. Like, look, ladies, I understand that everyone has the time of their month, right? You got the time, and when Aunt Flo comes to town or whatever your cheeky, thing you guys call it and whatever. Marlene may have peed a little bit. I hope you had the shiwi handy just in case.
There you go.
So the whole thing with Aunt Flo, right? It's not my thing, right? And I get it. I never want to take a day off of having sex ever in life.
Ugh.
But in that same token, maybe I'm okay. I can be talked into the shower shenanigans, but I generally say no. So one of the very few times that a chick I was dating, and we had smoked some of the devil's lettuce, right? So we'd had some of the weeds.
You injected some of them there marijuanas?
Some of the marijuanas. And it was something that I wasn't doing at all. Yeah, that's what only hookups when you don't kiss on the mouth, right? It was good. Yeah. I hope you don't kiss your family with that mouth after you just tongue bang me, you little Asian temptress, you little rapey Asian mouth hiney.
Ugh.
So we get stogied, right? And I'm like, oh, and
Shark Week.
And I can't deal with it. I'm like, all right, I got to go in the other room, right? So I'm a little like freaked out. I go in the other room. She comes in the room. She's got like 3 or 4 of her friends in the apartment in the other room. She comes in. She's like, what are you doing? And I was like, dude, I am stoned as balls. Like, I don't know if I'm having a panic attack or whatever, but I'm laying here on this bed, and it seems like a very soothing place to be. Well, she comes in and lays down and, oh, blah, blah, blah. And she's kissing on me and reaches down and grabs the business. And she's like, hey, let's have sex. And I went, whoa, wait a minute. I know I'm stoned, right? But you told me you're on your period, like, you're like a day or 2 into it, right? And I went,
Right.
well, that's not cool, eh? And she went,
Hey?
and she goes, well, no, it's fine and whatever. This, and I was like, no, dude, it's cool. Like, I'm totally cool. Like, I'm totally out of my mind right now on top of it.
Right.
But no, I'm totally cool. Well, she keeps giving me the friendly 5-knuckle shuffle, and she was like, well, yeah, he seems to be into it. And I was like, yeah, he has no ears. He doesn't hear what you're saying. All he knows is that you're,
Look, ladies, I don't care what he's doing because he got a mind of his own. Like, I can't stop him, okay? He's going to do what he's going to do.
But coming from the command center,
Right.
I'm saying no.
Exactly.
Like, no means no, right? Do not pass go.
It's like a gun, right? You pull the trigger. It doesn't matter whether I wanted to fire or not. If you pull the trigger, it's going to fire.
Yeah. And I'm like, no. So I'm laying there. She then is like, dude, she was like, whatever, stop whining. You sound like a little baby.
Oh.
And just pulled my stuff out of the boxers and like climbed on top. And I was like, dude, seriously, I don't want to, like, I don't know how I can express this better, right? Like, no. And she went, whatever, you know you want it. And plugged the thing in and rode me like a My Little Pony. And as I'm sitting there pouting, like I even think I had my arms crossed, like, I mean, I may have grabbed a boob.
I'm
like
not
I may have
happy.
Just,
honk,
like
honk.
Yeah, I got my arms crossed. I may have grabbed one boob, and she just rode me like a My Little Pony. And I'm like, nah. And I'm frowning, and I know that I just have a grimace on my face. Like, why is this happening to me? Like, no means no. Like, yes.
Right.
Like, I
Like, you were assaulted.
yeah.
You were legitimately raped.
And then she finished and she kind of rolled off me and was like, that wasn't so bad, quit whining. And dude, I totally get it. Like I'm laying there and I'm like, no. So I get up and I'm looking down and I'm like, and it looks like a murder scene, right?
Right.
I'm like,
it's not pleasant.
and and she's happy as could be, and she's like saying weird, like heinous things that I would assume dudes would say if you watched a really rapey dude movie. Like I felt like Jodie Foster in The Accused ish. Like what is happening? Like that was my pool table. Like I'm grossed the frig out.
She
right
throws
now.
a towel at you. It says, clean up.
Yeah.
Here's $100 on the nightstand. I won't look at you. You don't look at me.
Yeah, like, I'll pack you a lunch tomorrow. Quit being such a friggin' baby. And I go in and I'm washing, and now I'm trying to wash my business in the sink. I had to take a shower.
Yeah, no, there is no washing in the sink after that.
No. And I had a secondary one where the chick did the same, and not the same, but they're like, no, we can't have sex tonight and whatever. And I was like, cool, but I want you to stay over. And that was cool. And I was like, yeah, we drank a little bit. Yeah, I'll crash over. And I was like, gosh, she's just kidding. No, we literally went in and went to bed. That was it.
That's great.
Woke
Dude, that
up-
sounds awesome.
Woke up in the morning, and it was some rollover and some heavy pet and whatever. And I was like, cool. Now, this was the first time that we ever had sex too, right? We were friends for a long time. And then I had pulled there was an article that came out in Maxim back in the day. And it was how to turn your chick friend into a booty call, right? And I went, dude, I've got a cool chick friend, and maybe we can make this happen and whatever. So I did everything like verbatim in the article. I did everything perfect, and then boom, it ends up happening. Except she says, we can't have sex tonight. So I figure, okay, maybe the article wasn't,
Right.
And as I'm doing it, I'm like, cool. Go ahead and go to sleep. Wake up in the morning, and she's messing around, kissing and doing whatever. And she's like, she was like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, whatever. She goes to the bathroom, comes in, and same thing, like grabs me. Was like, blah blah blah. I want to do this, right? So start messing around. And I'm wearing my boxers, right? So she kind of started, and now I think I mentioned it before, but I have this weird thing where I like to have sex wearing my boxers. I just open it's a new thing. It's like a whoopee for me.
Yeah, there you go.
And yes, the hormones are raging, and I know sex is a ton more sensitive and whatever.
Shayna
Guys,
says, send me the article.
Dude, the articles, it's on Maxim and whatever. Like, I really need to contact Maxim. Maybe we can do some kind of a Maxim magazine thing with with the Bachelor Pad or whatever. I will do it with. I won't even charge you for advertising dollar if you give me that article. Like, it is holy grail of article. It's the greatest thing. Amazeballs. So as we're doing whatever, and I'm like, this and this, and I look down and I went, yoink. Yep. I went, and I kind of back out. Like, I'm like, did I bust a vein? Am I broken? Am I producing this? Like, it never dawned on me that it was her, because there was no confirmation that she had, it was that time of the month, and flow, nothing. And she was like, oh, I'm sorry, and whatever. But again, in a very rapey thing, just grabbed me by my ass and like started making me like a piston. Like, oh, I'm sorry, that's creepy, but don't stop. And I'm like,
Like, well, I can't now.
And dude, that is an occasion that I could not finish. No matter what I
Really?
did, I looked down and I'm seeing,
You're just done.
it freaked me out.
See, that's where the shower does help that. I've done it. The shower helps. You just,
What up,
you
Jimmy
just
Jim?
gotta put it out of your mind. You gotta just look up and yep, this is happening. I'm doing it.
I couldn't even go to my happy place.
Reach around, grab a nice handful, and
And look at what do you what you know about having OJR winning in the house? Marlene, this is Jimmy. Jimmy, this is Marlene. Jimmy, a very handsome man. That little dude, man, he got a little muscle, look like he got stung by a bee. Jimmy's the dude. Jimmy 3 and I are very, very good friends. Some might say family, brother from another mother, but
I see the family resemblance.
yeah, you can. You put 3 and I in the same room. We look yeah.
Identical. No, I've gotten to the point as I got older though that, dude, I'll wait. I ain't trying to. Nope, I'll wait. We're gonna go cuddle and watch a movie and go to bed.
Well, I will tell you that will happen to me one time, and I don't care how fired up I am and whatever. To do that, like it can't. I'm not going to enjoy it. Like even if it was this thing, I need it to happen. I want this to happen,
right.
And then no, but she's so fired up, and now that is a great way to get like an asterisk on an orgasm because sex is so much more sensitive. Their hormones are raging and whatever. If you did need to ring their bell, and if you were willing to take an L or
take one for the team on that one.
Then yeah, I mean that's one way that if you had one that was stingy with the orgasm that you could it,
Shayna.
So I don't know, man. It would be a thing, but yeah. So generally, when I'm given the opportunity, I will always say nay.
So I'm waiting on the creepy late night tea. Who's gonna be my late night tea Valentine posts that are like, haha, but really I'm super thirsty.
Are you on? Is that a post or is that a thing?
But I'm waiting for it.
Why don't you create it?
Because I don't want to see that.
Huh?
Dude, dudes be getting thirsty on late night tea. It's hysterical.
Look, here's the deal. They're thirsty in life. Ladies are thirsty. Dudes are thirsty. Everybody thirsty.
Then get a drink of water, bro.
Well, that's what it is. I'll try and get a drink of water on it. Don't get me wrong, dude. Half of everyone I see on late night tea, I would be totally cool with going, hey, dude, you want to go grab a bite to eat, grab some beers, and bang it out? Like, I don't know, and that's maybe my weird affinity for this group. That hi, Uncle Jerry, how you want to bring Uncle Jerry into this? Uncle Jerry ain't got nothing to do with this. Unless Uncle Jerry snuck in the room. You got Uncle Jerry in there with you and Jimmy.
Better than another uncle we know about today.
Yeah. But yeah, one of the Al's gonna late night three. There you go. Start a Dallas page, just like late night tea, but call it late night three. Everyone is a little bit thirsty, right? And it is because it's very sexually driven, and the chicks are more forthcoming with information. Like, dude, just knowing that, like, everyone in this room that is lady side, knowing your view on anal and knowing your view on, certain things, it's very difficult. Like, if I was hanging out with y'all in person, that stuff would freak me out. Like, I'd just be looking at you, and there would be almost like text, like thought bubbles behind you of all the cool stuff you've either said or you're cool with. That makes it very hard to, I don't know. It's trippy, but Al's gonna create a meme or a post.
I'm doing it right now. And
say, hey, ha ha ha, kidding, not kidding. Who wants to be my, late night tea Valentine or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And, anyone who's single and actually go and do stuff.
You don't got to be single. It's just late night tea. Come on now.
Yeah. So, I mean, and look, that'd be a great way. Like, dude, there's no strings attached and do whatever. And we hang out. We have a good Valentine. And this is cool. I don't know. It'd be kind of interesting to say the.
I'm just doing it for the lulz. That's what I'm doing it for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just when you need some entertainment.
When I need some entertainment, I'll go find one of the females' posts and just start scrolling through those comments on it.
So yeah, I don't know. That'd be interesting. And I can't lie, because I haven't met anyone other than Marlene's a friend, right? So we're friends. But everybody else is a random online person. That dude, I love all the information and I love all the just the openness and whatever. Which
Right.
yes, I would technically like to date every single person just once. Let's have the most epic like one date rodeo and that's
There
it.
you go.
And then we
speed date late night tea edition.
That's right. Then we just like cyber high five from then on out. But then again, if that stuff's good, sometimes you might want to stay and
That
stay
is
and
true.
hang out.
Sometimes that speed date becomes 2 dates.
That's right.
It's
Yeah, and then that's how it goes. Then
you ever
next
watch
thing you
the
know, you're
40-year-old
running.
version.
I have.
The whole speed dating scene. Yeah, we're gonna put some rouge on you, tuck your sack back. What do you say?
Long distance easy, dude. Shayna is so like she is in such like danger zone of getting a hey girl, what you doing?
Yeah, there
Long
you go.
distance will be like, you got an iPhone? FaceTime is a wonderful
Hey,
thing.
girl.
Let's I will send you a build a bear of wine and be like, here, have a couple glasses of wine and get sassy. Oh man. So 3, are you still enjoying the late night tea and the shenanigans going on in the site? It is cool to have. We have the coolest group of, the coolest of the group that join in and listen to our shenanigans live and
We do.
live and uninterrupted. And and 3, if there's anything either on the Bachelor Pad page or whatever, if you're going through something throughout the day or whatever, and you if you're, hey man, this is a good topic or whatever, Dempsey, you need to talk about this, and this. Throw some topics out and whatever, and we will knock them out as the night goes. Marlene started off like the first 40 minutes of the show just bagging on what actors everyone hates, and that had to have been 40 minutes.
That was good.
And that was solid. And little did I know you guys are like super yeah, dude, the doors are open, bro. And this is an open invitation. A couple people have taken advantage of the open invite that and we start the show, I say tongue-in-cheekingly, around 9:30.
Right.
But next week the show will be going a little bit earlier because between Al's schedule and my schedule, and I'm going to try and be a functional human being.
Try.
Yeah, we're going to try. And we're going to I'm only working from 11 until 4, and then I'm going to do some things when Al gets done. So we're going to shoot for like a 6:30, right? Like a 6:37. So that way I can go to happy hour and, I can actually go grab a bite to eat, have 2 Coors Lights and, do something and go home.
Yeah, 6:30 might be tough, but a 7 we could probably make work.
Yeah. I'm tired of you coming in and going, oh, I just took a nap. Like that's it. That's what it is. I didn't want to switch my schedule, but having to know that you're like a house cat.
Come home and take a nap.
Yeah, you come home, take a nap, and
Dude,
be like,
I wish
bro.
I was just a legitimate cat. I wish, man. I really do. Just get up, nap, eat, nap.
You still love Nicolas Cage.
Eat, nap.
3. You just got your man crush with Nicolas Cage. He's got that weird comb over and whatever, dude. I can't deal. I can't cope. So yeah, we'll see. It'll probably be Monday. Will be the shop will be rearranged. The little mini makeshift studio up here will be in the back. There'll be no interference from people coming in the door. All of this will be done by Monday, and I'm gonna assume that 7:00 will probably play on Monday.
Okay.
So I think we'll be solid-ish. Yeah. I know, man, and Justin Timberlake. I'm with you on JT, dude. And you've already said that that JT. But I mean, the show will be, it can be watched after or whatever. But what you doing at 7:00? Like, what happens in Marlene Land at 7? Or is this is the free time where Marlene's like, whoo, all the day's duties are done. I'm going to listen to these idiots that I know talk about the most random things in life. So he's good in Wind Talkers. Who, Cage?
I don't believe that. I don't believe Nick Cage is good anywhere.
The thing where what was that, Peggy Sue, when he was like super young Nicolas Cage and they were in the 50s or whatever, that I liked him in.
Okay.
And he stretched because he played a goofy and he had a bit of a like, I won't say an accent, but almost like a speech impediment or whatever.
But he just looks goofy, bro. Like, he don't got to play goofy. He just kind of is goofy.
Okay, and 3 asked a good a good question that okay, question, you think they picked Justin Timberlake for the Super Bowl halftime because they didn't want the pro black shenanigans, right? Which I think and there was a lot of questions on why Justin Timberlake, right? And again, he's got a great catalog of music. And he's got a great catalog almost up until like a couple good hits up until like, a year or two ago. But it seems like that's what the Super Bowl, yep. Oh, dude, bachelor pad and drinks alert. Bring it. Bring it, don't sing it, ladies.
Oh, man. I am so down.
But yeah, remember when they would put, I remember some of the stuff, like they'd have, Billy Joel or, Bruce Springsteen, right? It always seemed to have a very American thing because this is, everyone like, oh, baseball's America's pastime.
Right.
Football's kind of the deal. The Super Bowl is the biggest thing in town, right? And when you get somebody who's not relevant, like even when I think the Rolling Stones did it once or something, and I'm like, dude, these guys are like 90. You know what I mean? You're missing a whole audience generation that isn't even going to tune in.
Right.
There was a lot of memes about that kid who was like, they had him on his phone during the performance and was like, looked and he was like, oh, he was Googling who the heck is Justin Timberlake, right? Who is this Justin Timberlake guy? Because somebody who's 13 or 14 may not know the relevancy of Timberlake.
Sure.
If you ask me, until Bruno Mars becomes not so relevant, he should do it every year. Like
I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that. The whole like Justin Timberlake doing the halftime show, and I gotta assume that they don't just call these guys like a month before and go like, oh, by the way, you're doing the halftime show.
Sure, yeah,
like,
it's gotta be planned.
I gotta assume that like they already know who's doing next year's halftime show. That person is already accepted. Like they might be 2 years in advance. Like, because you got to put on a production. Like they announce it to us, but they've known for months. They've had choreographer. They've had it planned. I mean, some of the stuff these guys have done with
yeah, the Timberlake was the best in the Love Guru. No, he was. That was funny. And
all right.
Yeah, when he was the goalie with the big stick.
Yep,
that was a good trick. And here's another thing. And JC, the what you call it? Yeah, he is the new Michael Prince hybrid. Like if Prince and Michael Jackson had a baby, it would be Bruno Mars. Right. And I know there's some technicalities on how that would happen, but I think that's who he is and how he came about.
Right.
But every other halftime performer has had other people come out. Like we were sitting there watching it going, okay, Britney Spears is going to come out, right? Or Timberland is going to come out, right? Because they did a lot of collaboration stuff. Or somebody's going to come out, right? Because 9 times out of 10 when you're watching that, they'll be doing something and somebody will...
Timberland, like the shoe guy?
Yeah, no, not the guy who made the shoes, but the producer. He was kind of an artist, but more of a, producer.
All right.
So
I learned something new today.
Yeah.
You know who, speaking of goalies and actors, I don't know who the actor was, but the character was Golden, is the goalie from Goon.
Everybody with this Goon hockey movie. And
dude, have you never seen Goon?
I've seen it, but it didn't hold my attention. Because, number one, I'm not that big of a... I mean, I get it. I've watched hockey movies and whatever, but when it becomes the same slapstick, hockey, rah-rah...
And the second one is kind of like the same, oh, you're injured. Oh, you can't give up hockey. Oh, you're back. Oh, hey, you're going to get beat up again. But triumph, and it's like the exact same ending. It's like his leg's not broken this time, but he's kind of like, I'm not going to give it away, but it's the same shtick, right? At the end of the movie, he's got to fight the guy who he's been conflicting with the whole movie, and then he wins, and... But the goalie is hysterical in that movie.
Yeah, and no 3, and this is where you lose your relevancy card. What you call it? It's he was like Goon, like Goonies, like the movie, and then he's like baby Ruth, baby. And he wrote that out. So not Goonies, but Goonies was a great movie.
Goonies
like if Goonies was on
but...
like TBS or something, or WGN, I would watch it.
And since I just brought up the second one, they had a like a backup goalie deal come in, and didn't speak any English, and just like the whole movie, he's just giving people candy, and I don't know why that was so funny to me, but like they're talking to him, but he's just like candy, he's just like trying to give him candy. And,
yeah,
I don't want any more candy.
Yeah, I remember it being kind of cool, and And no, this is 2018, Shayna. Nobody's, Netflix and chill is kind of a post-dated, like a 2016, 2017. Everyone, if you don't have a Fire Stick, you need to get, and now it's Fire Stick and F, right? Netflix and chill has now been replaced by Fire Stick
and F.
Yes.
All
like,
right.
let's just get right to the point.
Can we just, all right, so can Netflix and chill be like legitimate, just like, hey, you're cool, I'm cool, I don't want to bang you, you don't want to bang me, but we like the same movies, like hang out, lay on the couch with my cats and watch a good movie? Can we take that back to where it should be?
Yeah, you would. Well, I know. See, people are still going to be on it, so you're going to have to, not use Netflix. Be like, hey, do you want to watch?
Can we Hulu and chill?
Hulu and chill might be non-sexual.
All right, there we
Fire
go.
Stick and fuck
Who
is
wants to
the
come over and Hulu and chill?
somebody 3 make a meme and throw it in the group about Fire Stick and F.
Yeah,
Because I think it needs to get out there. I've been penning that ever since I got my Fire Stick. People like, oh man, I'm just gonna see if I can get that girl to come over and Netflix and chill. And I was like, dude, skip
bro.
that. Fire Stick and fuck, bro. Right? Like, let's just.
We were so good with not saying it.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna say it, dude. 3 wrote it. Now I got to say it. I'm almost like Ron Burgundy, like whatever you put on the teleprompter.
Yeah. Hulu and Hug, I love it. There you go, 3.
That's a good one, dude. 3. Let's get them all out there, dude. Let's trademark these bad boys.
Right.
Yeah, dude. It's But yeah, Marlene threw something about with Justin Timberlake, which is something we didn't think, but I may have been a little hazy, question or quotation marks, while watching it. So I went like 13 other realms. But dude, how epic would that have been if JT was doing his stuff and then went all the way back and just reversed it all the way back, and NSYNC came out and they did one or two of their, what were they, NSYNC or Backstreet? I can't remember which ones they were. I know we went over this the other day.
Somebody just said it down here.
Yeah, NSYNC right. Days. So
yeah, I was surprised that they didn't when somebody was like, oh yeah, they're an NSYNC guy, and I was like, oh, so they're probably gonna bring out the rest of the NSYNC guys, but I don't know. Can any of those dudes sing anymore?
It really doesn't matter.
JT wasn't singing.
Dude, he wasn't singing. The band wasn't playing. The whole thing. I mean, his mic was on because you did hear him, off on occasion. But yeah, it was that whole thing, man. Like, dude, why are you even doing this? It's the biggest stage of the year and whatever.
Right. And you're not even going to sing.
And you're not going to, and it's whatever. And see, look, Shayna's throwing mixed signals to you, Al. She's like, I'm still down to Hulu and chill. Not Hulu and Hug. Hug.
I'm confused. We gotta clarify this.
So
here,
look, she's like, look, you can put on whatever platform you want, but you chilling. You do know that there's gonna be some ILL in that thing.
Well, if Shayna wants to come over, we'll just have to figure it all out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll be like, it's Hulu and Hug, maybe it's Hulu and Chill. I don't know, but we going on an adventure.
Yeah. I don't think
Baggins it.
I mean, yeah, and I guess a hyphen.
It better have been me.
What happened?
She picked her late night tea Valentine.
Uh-oh.
Better have been me. I'll get hurt. Or Jakey.
Look, Al talks about people being thirsty and hungry and whatever, but yet Al is making plans to Hulu and Hug, to do this, do that. Like I love the enthusiasm.
It's not thirsty if I just want a Hulu and Hug. Why can't we just have like a good person come over and just hang out?
And it ain't just a hug. That's how things get weird.
You
start with a hug.
Get born. Mommy and Daddy love each other.
It starts with a hug. And then that hug, you hold that hug a little bit too long, and then there it goes. But yeah, Al talk to everybody about being thirsty. Al he's not thirsty, just everybody out there or whatever. I
just like instigating, man.
No, he say that, but he'll be walking out of here on his phone and be like, "Hey, Al," and be like, "Man, sorry, man, I got like 38 people to text, man. I'm on the T.
I got 38 girls. You know what I'm doing. I'm gonna go on down here. I gotta go get a pack of smoke."
Sounds like he's like a texting auctioneer, but that's funny. But all right, and she says she picked you, Al. You win.
Yeah, darn right she did.
Dude, you're like 7 feet tall. Just for the oddity, you're like the equivalent of a midget. Like if there was a lady midget in here and she was kind of hot and whatever, right?
Dude, if there was a lady midget in here, I would be like, all right, we're going on a date.
No, dude,
that's happening.
Everyone wants to bang a midget, right? And you may be the male. You may be the male equivalent. Like everyone wants to bang a female midget, to see.
If you're a dude and you're trying to tell me you don't want to bang a female midget, then you're lying.
Right. But you, my friend, are oddly tall. You're 6'8", right? You're 6'8". You're not like a big look at me, I'm whatever. You're a super thin, tall, like you look like you should be able to slam dunk something, right?
Oh, I can.
And I don't mean
that's
not a euphemism.
I'm talking about basketball.
That's not a euphemism
on,
for the sex. But you may be the lady equivalent. Like, dude, I've never banged a super thin, like, 6'5",
And my
6'8"
daddy said
dude.
I wouldn't amount to nothing.
Oh yeah, you getting it in now, my friend. I ain't mad at you. But yeah, you're the chicks version, dude. I would exploit the crap out of that. Like, make 2018. You're like, you ever been with a dude 9 feet tall? Get that, man. So, yeah, and Shayna's 5'3", bro.
There you go.
Dude,
I don't know if it was.
she gets on your knees. She's looking at your kneecaps, bro. So you got to keep her standing, bro.
I don't know if it was a late night T1, but somebody was like, man. The short girl, tall guy, that's the perfect, because when we break up, I can keep my pictures. Because I'm too tall to be in the frame.
Oh, yeah?
You got to think for that one.
I was. Dude, tall, short, whatever. I'm thinking about midgets. I'm going to have to go home and work out some midget porn.
Get some midget porn.
That's right. But yeah, hey, everybody. This has been the Bachelor Pad. It's 11:06. I got to go home and hang out with my dogs and do dog stuff.
All right.
All right. Hey, thank you everybody for chiming in. As always, we'll try and make sure everything tries to go off without a hitch on Monday, but we do still have Thursday, Friday, so we got 2 more days of the late night edition, and then we're going to be moving it into somewhere in the middle.
Isn't that like the you're on the late show and then you get promoted to just the late show?
That is correct.
We're getting a promotion.
So
look at that.
Yeah, we feel
Moving on
a
up in the
little promote-y, so who knows? And maybe, you talk, Al and I will like do a FaceTime call, and we'll hook up a webcam, and Al be on the couch with his cats, I'll be being attacked by my dog, and maybe we'll do a few minutes at 11:15. And who knows what we'll be wearing, right?
Hey man.
It'll be
we might not be wearing anything.
2 dudes in boxer shorts.
Hey man.
Al have the hat on, completely naked.
Yeah, I'm completely
kind of
naked,
curious.
But the hat is on.
I'm kind of curious if Al, when he does have sex and do whatever, if he keeps the hat on. I know he's done it a time or two.
It
I
has
guarantee you forget
before.
it's there.
Yeah, no, I've been getting down, and I'm like, oh man, my hat just came off. I didn't even know that was on.
What is that? Hey, they got to have a flat spot. Yeah, they got to have a place for you to rest your beer.
No, man, that's why you get a beer hat. You just put that on them, and you put both beers in the side.
Nice.
I thought about that, man. Come on. I got ideas.
Yeah, you're like 90 feet tall. You got to be thinking of some of that stuff, man. Okay. All right. So that's what's up. Well, I'm glad we could make you chuckle a little bit before you go to bed. Marlene, if anything has ever been said about me, I've made a girl laugh a time or two right before bed. So I'm glad I can keep the streak alive.
Time or two? That happens every time I take my pants off.
Every time?
Every time.
There we go.
They
All right.
laugh, and then they go to bed.
Hey, everybody. This has been the Bachelor Pad Radio, Facebook Live, YouTube. We will be back tomorrow. We're going to do whatever things we do when we're not here. Don't ask, don't tell.
Oh, no.
All right. Hey, this is Jake.
Al.
JC, my cousin Josh, everybody, all the late night tears. We will see y'all tomorrow.